Hello guys, this is Gopi back with another video in the React.js series. In this video, we are going to discuss about props in React. So far we discussed only about the basic things like how we can create project, what are the structure of the project, and how you can create a custom component and integrate that component into the existing one. Now we are going to discuss one of the important concept in props. And keep in mind, this video is specifically for theoretical concept. We will be understanding what the prop is, how you can use in your application, what is the syntax, those things only. Next video, we will be discussing practically how you can implement props in the real project. So let's get started without any delay. So first and foremost, what are the agenda for this video? We will be understanding about the props, and we will be coming to know why we need props, and then we will be seeing some examples of how the code you can implement with the help of props. So first and foremost, we will be discussing about what is props. So props is nothing but properties. Yeah, we are defining properties for the component. The default type of props is nothing but object. So the next thing is, whenever you wanted to pass data between the component, you can use a props. So from parent component, you can pass data to the child component, but the reverse is not possible. In the introduction video itself, I would have explained you that the React is a one-way data transfer. It will not able to send the data backwards. From the parent to child, you can able to pass. Okay. Next thing is, once the data is passed, right, it becomes immutable, means that you cannot change the data that is coming from the parent. It is immutable. Wherever someone says immutable, means that it can be changed. Next thing is reusability. Props is something different. What it actually means for the reusability means that you have a component, so the component required some data to work, so that data we can pass dynamically. And that's nothing but reusability. If I wanted to pass my data, the component will work. If I wanted to pass someone else's data, the component will work. So I am not going to change anything with the component. Instead, I am going to work only with the data that I am passing. That's what the reusability is all about. Next thing is why we need props. As we all know that props helps us to pass data from parent component to the child component. That's one of the biggest advantage. And apart from that, we try to keep our component as dynamic as possible, and also we try to make the component as reusable as possible as well. And this is nothing but one-way data flow. This I have already explained. Okay, so supports one-way data flow from parent to child. The reverse is not possible. Next thing is modular design. That's it. Next, what is the syntax? Let's create some function. So function, this is the component. You can see that I'm having a component function. Hello is nothing but the function name, and then I'm accepting a parameter called props. This is nothing but the default naming convention that we use, props. And then the function returns an HTML code. So this is nothing but a component. If you look at that clearly, we can say that I'm having an h1 tag which has hello in it, and then I'm within a curly braces, because this is nothing but an expression. In React, if you wanted to write any expression, that's supposed to become within a curly braces, because this is a function that actually returns an HTML code. If you wanted to write any JavaScript expression within that HTML code, that's supposed to become within a curly braces. And here also I did the same. And you can see that I'm having props.name. What does it mean? I explained props is nothing but an object. So whenever you're having an object, if that object has properties, if you wanted to access, you can use dot notation. And here I followed the same. If you look at it, here there is a dot. This represents dot notation. Props is an object. With the help of dot notation, I'm accessing its property called name. That's what it is. If I pass name value as Gopi, in that case I'm getting hello Gopi exclamation mark. That's how the component works. Instead of Gopi, if someone says some other name, that will eventually pass it here. Okay, that will work. I don't want it to change anything in the component's code, and that's what the reusability is all about. then this is fine. How will I able to pass data to this component? And that's what here is all about. Is an example. You can see I'm invoking the hello component. If you not aware of this syntax, okay, please look at the last video, because in the last video we were discussed how you can create a component, how to use component in the React application. That will give you a brief idea of what the syntax is, how you can invoke all those stuff. So here let's continue. Here you can see I'm having a hello. This is nothing but the component name, and this component accepts a property called name. I'm having a name and passing my name. This is how you have to pass the data to the component. Okay, this hello component is actually embedded in the parent component. So from the parent component I am passing some data to the child component, which is nothing but hello. This is nothing but props, and that's how props work. Why we need props? Because these are all the things, all those things we have already discussed. Okay, these are all the main advantages. Let me reiterate it one more time. Keep in mind, props are nothing but properties. Helps you to pass data from parent component to the child component. We will not able to send any data from child component to the parent component. React is always one-way data flow. Main advantages: props makes the component reusable and dynamic, and that's the main advantage of using the props. If you wanted to reiterate the syntax, and this is nothing but the syntax. Here I have a component, and this is how we have to pass the properties. That's all about this. This is the easiest topic, but very important topic as well. That's all about this video. We will be connecting next video where we will be discussing about the props in action. So till then, bye, take care.